If you are a deep thinker, you may have noticed something familiar about yourself. You don't dislike people. You don't avoid social situations. But after spending some time around others, you feel tired. Not physically tired, but mentally tired. And when you're alone, you feel calmer, more at ease. So, the question is, why does your brain react this way? The answer is not about personality, and it's not simply about being introverted or extroverted. It lies somewhere deeper in how the deep thinker's brain processes information. Deep thinkers don't process information on a single level. During a conversation, they don't just hear words. Their brain simultaneously processes tone of voice, speed of speech, facial expressions, body language, moments of silence, and the emotions beneath the words. This happens almost automatically, not because they try to analyze everything, but because their brain is wired to do so. In psychology, this is known as high-level cognitive processing. It means the brain doesn't filter information quickly. Instead, it holds multiple layers of input at once and processes them more deeply. As stimulation increases, more people, more sounds, more social signals, the brain is forced to stay active continuously. Over time, this leads to cognitive overload. The exhaustion doesn't come from talking. It comes from the fact that the brain never gets to stop processing. Being alone reduces incoming stimulation. There are no social cues to interpret, no extra signals to analyze, and that allows the brain to return to its natural processing rhythm. Modern society moves fast. Most social interactions are designed to be quick, surface level, and repetitive. But the deep thinker's brain operates differently. It needs time to connect information, understand context, and search for meaning. This creates a cognitive rhythm mismatch, not because others are doing something wrong, and not because you are socially incapable, but because your brain isn't designed to constantly adapt to environments filled with shallow stimulation. When this pace is maintained for too long, mental tension builds. Being alone removes the pressure to keep up. There's no need to respond quickly, no need to match social timing, no need to process excessive signals at once. The brain is finally allowed to slow down and operate at its natural speed. Deep thinkers don't process emotions instantly. When a conversation ends, their brain doesn't immediately shut down. It returns to what just happened, not to judge and not to blame itself. The goal is simply this: to fully understand the emotional experience that was just received. In psychology, this is known as emotional integration. It's the process by which the brain connects emotion, memory, and understanding into a complete experience. The problem is, constant social environments don't allow this process to finish. One interaction ends, another begins. The brain is forced to open a new processing loop before the previous one has closed. Over time, these overlapping loops create mental heaviness, subtle tension, and long-lasting fatigue. Not because emotions are too intense, but because the brain lacks the space to complete its processing. Being alone creates the necessary gap for those unfinished loops to close. In quiet environments, the brain can organize emotional information without interruption. In psychology, this mechanism is called emotional self-regulation. It's not avoidance, and it's not suppression. It's simply allowing the brain enough time to finish what it started, or before engaging with the outside world again. So preferring to be alone is not a sign of social dysfunction or communication problems. It's a signal that your brain takes in and processes more information than average. When stimulation exceeds its balance threshold, the brain reduces input to maintain stable functioning. Psychologically speaking, being alone is how the brain actively recalibrates its own rhythm. If you feel most at ease when you're alone, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It simply means your brain operates on a different rhythm. And in that quiet space, your mind is doing what it needs most, returning to its natural state of balance.